Hey Stampers, Gaynor again, and I'm coming back with this week's sketch, which you'll see tonight, because I'm putting it on tonight. And I just want to show you something. You remember Mr. B was helping the NHS with this visors? I'll show you. They were the visors he was helping with. I don't know if you can see them. Yeah, there you go. And then you had a plastic front on for the full face screening. Well, you know the food company Nando's, they got in touch with him and asked if they could do a little piece in their newsletter and on their website, and also in their shop. If they could just, do a little just give him a mention. And he got a letter the other day. It said, this one was from Ali Care, one of the other places. It says, to Mr. Paul Boyce, I am writing to say a very big thank you for your generous donations of face shields to our frontline staff at Ali Care. It is really important that we ensure our staff are well protected in this fight against the COVID-19. And with your kind and generous donations, we will be able to continue to have the necessary precautions available to them. The surge on demand for medical supplies has been unprecedented at this current time and has proven that these items are much sought after, and they reduce COVID-19 transmissions from potentially systematic or pre-systematic people through the use of face shields. So once again, I would like to thank you on behalf of every one of us at Ali Care for your incredible donation. Many thanks from everyone at Ali Care who works on the front line, carers and care coordinators and all the management team, and it's been signed by the responsible individual and director, the managing director and the care manager. So he got that in April, but then this came through the door the other day. It says, not all heroes wear capes, but somebody should get one. It says, to our local hero Paul, we just wanted to say a huge thank you for all the help that you have given to those in need of it recently. People like you are rare, and as I perfectly picked peri peri chili, and trust me, that's rare. You're a true credit to the community, and we can't thank you enough for all that you've done. We hope you enjoy these gifts from us as a small gesture of appreciation for you, because hey, even heroes get hungry. Thanks for all that you've done. You're an inspiration. And this is a Swansea, the City Gate team down in Hernando. How wonderful is that? And they sent him a bottle of peri peri sauce. Now, it's medium. It's not medium, it's skyrocket medium. We took the cap off and had one little dot on our tongues the other night, and ooh, it nearly blew our socks off. So I've got a friend who loves heat, so they'll be getting that. Oh, let me put that down there. And then they also sent him this, and I was like, oh, it says chicken Q, Nando's local heroes, have a meal on us. This entitles the Nando's local hero to a meal and soft drink for up to 6 people. The voucher is valid until December 31st, 2020. Isn't that lovely? So when things start to get back to normal, maybe... I'm not going to fold that. I don't want to fold that. I'm going to put that in a frame for him. Bless his little soul. He loved helping everyone with those... And they go and did that to him. But, yeah, so me, Paul, and 4 of our friends will be going out and having a meal on Nando's for free. Oh, he deserves a medal, bless his little soul. I love the way he helps people. Right, moving on from that beautiful news. I'm just trying to think, have I got anything else to tell you before we crack on? I've got a scrap piece of paper. Got my diary. I can't think. Have I got anything on my desk I wanted to share? Normally I keep it on my desk locally, but no, I've got nothing. I think I've done all my happy mail, so yeah. Also, if you are on Stamp with Joy, I put a folder up in group if anyone wants to buy any of my retired stamp sets and dies. Maybe the odd punch, but not many of them. I've got oh, what's it called? Snowflake one with a snowflake punch. What was the other one I was willing to get rid of? Oh, I can't think. Oh, I'm sweating just thinking of it. I can't think, but I've got another one with a punch, but I can't. That I said I would let go. But go over and have a look if you want. It's in, if you go to photos, then albums. In the albums, then you'll see Gaynor's retired stamp sets. And most of them, well, I'd say about 80% are either new or have only been used once, and you can't tell they've been used. Because you know me, I do a video, and if I do more than one, and I do more than one, but if it's always goes back into the box looking like brand new. So yeah. Ooh. So, but I'm a lover of punches, so they're, like I say, one or two maybe. But so this is week 26 sketch, and it basically speaks for itself. Why I think I'm gonna sit over this way a bit. Hi, how are ya? So it basically, this is what it entailed. Clouds up there and flowers down there, but I thought this paper would represent more clouds. And then postage stamps, but I only got a square one. I've got the rectangle one from Stamp It Up, but it's too big for me to get 4 on there. So I've used one of mine. I got these, oh, many moons ago off eBay, and I used the second one in as a postage stamp. I can't even cut it down because then it would, oh well, I could, I suppose. I could put it back through the die machine and make it small. Oh, I never thought about that till just now it hits me. But I'm using one of those, which is one of my own. They called for a pattern under there, a swirly one, but I just thought, we don't have to stick to the rules bang on. So I'm using this, and these are the detailed lace dies from Stampin' Up. So I'm using the middle one. There's that gorgeous Mr. Boyce now, creeping around up here. He can creep all he likes. He's my hero. So I'm using that one for there, and I put the reverse, the bit that it cut off, I put down here. Didn't recall that, but so I've got my 4 postage stamps, 1 required stripe, so I just put a ruler on it and drew stripes. And then I thought, well, I don't have a button with a love heart, so I just stamped out, is it 3/4 inch? Yeah, the 3/4 inch, and I've got the old itty bitty punches, so I punched that, drew 2 dots and made it look like a button. And then I'll show you how I stamped this, and I stamped this, and then I punched and punched to get that frill, and you just actually just glue it on lower down. I mean, if I wanted to, I could carry on and colour that in blue, but I stamped in black, so when can you see the detail there? So I done it all in the pale misty moonlight, and then it went in all these tiny little gaps with the dark, just to emphasize the parasol. Just think it's really cute. And obviously, you know, the paper, oh, got hair on me. Oof, I'm molting. It's from the boho collection. I just love these blue and white papers, absolutely stunning. So yeah, when they were on the side, I thought not so much like clouds, but more like clouds. And then I'm using this stamp and this stamp, and then I put thank you for being my sunshine on the sentiment at the bottom. On the sketch card didn't call for one, but down here it wanted a little penninted end, so I might leave a little bit on and pennant that end on the next one. So let's get started. Oh, and I've used textured paper from the boho, if you can see the embossed papers there underneath, just so I didn't have a plain white background stuff there. So all my pieces, there's the little die I'm using, there's my plates, my little shim, my whisper white for my stamping of my items, don't need to ruin anymore. Oh, and I've got a little strip that's left over and I just inserted it in the bottom of the card. So this piece is 8 1/4 by 5 7/8, just folded and scolded. You naughty, 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 naughty piece of card. Scored and folded at 4 1/8. Oh, I don't know. You gotta have a laugh, haven't you? Please, trust me. Yes, you have. So I cut this, I think it's 2 1/4. I'm not sure. Let me have a look. Yeah, oh no, 2 1/2 this piece. That is going to get glued on there. This top piece I think is 1 1/4. Actually it's 1 1/2. So I'm going to glue that one on first. This one I'm going to glue right up close. And they're all cut at 3 7/8. And then this one is cut at 2 inches. It's a little bit wide, but I just lifted it up a fraction just so I know. And that one seems to be a little bit too far, so let's get that cut down to size. 3 7/8. Do you know that little fraction doesn't look a lot, but when you've got it against another piece of cardstock it looks way bigger. So let's check now that they are both exactly the same size. Oh, perfect. Now look at that. Just that tiny little fraction made it stand out like a saw thumb. This piece is cut at 3 7/8 as well. Let's just make sure. Yeah, perfect. In fact, we can check that against that. And this is Night of Navy. Perfect. And this is where I'm going to cut that pattern out. And the other bit that's left is going to sit on the bottom there. So let's pop that to one side. Got to make sure all our papers are the same. So we'll do a bit of gluing at first. I hope you are enjoying all these lovely little sketches that we come up. You should come over, and this is just a reverse of that one. So you come over and join in. If you ever get stuck as well, I always say to myself, right, you get stuck, go and look at sketches, then pick your paper, then pick your stamp set, and just use that sketch as a guide. And you know, you can make your own cards then, just by having, or take a half a sketch and then add another half of a sketch that's different and come up with your own. Such an easy thing to do. So let's line this up bang on with that piece. Perfect. And now we can add the floral part. So we will just overlap it a touch, but at least now we know that paper fits. Keep an eye on my battery as well, because I knew I'd gone down a bar, but only a bar. And I don't think I need that piece of paper now, because I've got enough left on that piece there to get my sentiment and my umbrella off there. So line that up, make sure you've got the distance you want at the bottom, make sure it's nice and level. There we go. So our layers are on. So while we're here, we can decide whether we want the floral or the blue. I had the floral on the other one, so let's do the blue on the inside of this one. And it's just cut 3 7/8. It was just a little piece that I had left over. Perfect. Go inside the card. Just add a little bit of decoration in it. Perfect. So now we can set that to one side. Let's pop our glue lid on just for a bit, because it gets so warm in here and clogged up. I'll pop that out of the way. So, oh, I am going to need a piece of white cardstock. Let's see if I've got any in my scraps bin. No, I don't. I wonder if I'd get away with 4 of those postage stamps. Oh, look at that. I probably get 1, 2. Oh, I probably get 4 out of that. But it's purple, not white. You know me, I'm all about the scraps. Keep my bin down to a minimum. that's green. Oh, pink, grey. Oh no, I've got to go back to the white, haven't I? So I'll lie those little bits down flat. Yeah, I like to try and keep my white down to a minimum. That's definitely not wide enough. Oh, what a shame. Never mind. So let's first cut our beautiful bar. So I'm going to make sure that stays across the back, and I've got a bit of tape to keep it in place. Put my plate on top, my little paper shim. It doesn't do much, that one, it's so flat. And because it's glued into place, I'm going to make sure I come backwards as well. Oh, a little clank there. Let's just pop that out of the way for a minute. Perfect. And there's that little slice that we're going to add, which we know is the same length, just across there like that, just so it doesn't go to waste. I love having my bin that close. So 2 seconds while I peel this off. And most of it comes out all in one go. If not, just give it a little. Perfect. And that was cut at 1 inch. Just 1 inch. Perfect. Oh, look at my... There we go. Just one more little dot there. Perfect. That can go back in my dies collection. Right? Keep that to one side. Love it. La 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 la. I like to just smooth that out, and I can see one more little dot in there. There we go. Gone. So I'll keep these to one side because no point getting the glue out and then putting the lid back on. You can do it all at the same time. So I'm going to make sure that dotted line, stitch line, sits along the top up there, and that's going to be across there. Cute. Cute, 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 cute. So let's do a bit of stamping. Oof. Right, I cut the handle out, but I didn't stamp it because I just coloured it all in and I turned it over because the one we've got prints it that way. I wanted it to go that way, so I just basically punched it out. So watch this. So first of all, my sentiment right along the bottom here. Cute as a button. Might as well leave that out. And then my umbrella. Beautiful. And then the dotted lines underneath. I'm just going to do them over here. I think they're upside down actually. Doesn't matter, I'll cut that section away. So that's the stamping. Right, first of all, I want to grab my scissors and I'm going to take that section off. And take that, and I've got a little bit, sunshine's drooping a little bit, but it doesn't matter. So my punch now. Oh, look at that, my handle is not gonna be long enough, but it will be in a second. Punch that out. I'm just going to put that back in there. Punch me a nice handle out there. I do think that is upside down, so let's just nick that off for a minute. Let's just test. Right. Oh, I hate it when I've got curly ends. Whoops. I do like doing the sketches though. Oh, I might need a post-it note. Got a bit too short now on that one. So just a little bit I need. Right, let me just check the way round. I think I might rewrite the... No, I was right the first time for definite. So I'm just going to line this up. I'm going to punch that out as well. That's my handle. And then I'm just going to glue that on top up there. And then my handle underneath. And that's how I got my umbrella. Isn't that cute? So I've got an extension on it. Love it, love it, love it. Right, my little scissors. And I'm just gonna give that a little point even. Okay, I'll get it right in a minute. So I'm gonna take, I've got a spare piece of Night of Navy. This is how I did that button. That's a really stiff little punch. So in the blue, I go back in my scraps. And you can see this is where I cut my postage stamps out. So I've got my little love heart now. I love these little punches. I'll never get rid of those. They'll get glued on there, and then I will just add 2 little hole marks, and that's my button. So let's do some colouring. That's why the scrap paper. I'm even doing down the sides if I can get there, because I don't want to see any white bits. Yeah, we can do it all over. And then it's really saturated those papers. And there's no white showing, apart from that little bit there. Right, that's that done. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so you can watch me colour this. Just a steady hand, really. Oh, shall I swap my glasses over and blind it out and see? Oh, that's so much better. So, can you see? Yeah, let's keep it up there. So I'm just going in between all the swirly bits, and what I did on these, I just dotted on the ends because there was nothing to fill in. And this is the Misty Moonlight. Yeah, I was quite shocked because it's been over a month since he's been able to make those visors, and then that turned up on the door. He said, I forgot to tell you about that, babe. I was like, well, it's all done now. Oh, my glasses are coming off. There we go, so that's all the bits in the dark. And then just going to make sure I don't go too far over with the pale. I mean, you can just colour it all over, but you've still got to be careful because you've got some, like there, you've got white lines above you. Perfect, look at that, how cute's that? And then I'm just going to go back over those dots because they blended in really well. Perfect. Whoops. Isn't that lovely and sweet? It's cute, 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 cute. The kind of thing is I can't see when I look up with them ones. Whoa, that's better. So, my scrap paper. Let's zoom back out a little bit. Whoops. I'm going to grab some mini dimensionals. For my sentiment. Oh, crumbs. There we go. And that's just going to go about there. Cute as a button. Right. Oh, we need to really cut one of these up now. So let's trim that paper off. And I'm just going to cut that in half and see which is the smallest half. I think that one's a little bit smaller than anything. Just to go down this bottom bit. Oh, let's see. Yeah, that's perfect. And then my gosh, it's so tiny. I'm going to give that a squidge with my fingers, just so you don't get any poking out. How tiny is that? Whoa! So they can go back there. Right, now it's glue time. So let's glue these two together. Nice, even all round, and then a little dot in the centre. I'm just going to lay that on actually. Whilst I grab some large dimensionals. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do with those two little half pieces. No, don't have to do this, but I might as well use them up. And then I can peel the backs off then as well. Oh, and I've taken all the backs off, and I've got to leave that to one side while I cut my stamps out. So let me just glue these two together. Gaynor's all fingers and thumbs. And just keep that in the centre. That out there for a minute. Ooh, right, white cardstock. Oh, let's move that bottle out of the way. Grab a little bit of tissue for my cock. So I've got some white card, just plain white card. Oh, actually, that's my, that piece was my watercolour card. I don't want to use that. That's better. Just got some plain white card, quite thin actually, but it's only going to be stuck down. So I'm just going to literally fold this and hope it goes through the two. That way I don't have to go through it twice. Oh, it's got a right little suction on there. Oops. A couple of times. Make it easy for next time. And if it doesn't go all the way through, oh, it has, I think. There's one. Look at my hair. Oh, there we go. And I have to pass it through twice. Yay! It just saves you watching me do it 4 times. There. Back. There. Back. Ooh, let's hope that's got it again. Oh yes. Perfect. The thing is, now it's squashed them together. There we go. 4 of you little beauties. I can put that back over there. I can go in my scraps bin. Oh, I'm down to the 1 bar on my battery. So, oh, paper, there it is. I'm just going to take one of these. My ruler. and the thin end, I'm going to try and keep them in a straight line. Just some straight. Oh, look at that! I've made a boo-boo. But I'll put that at the bottom so it's behind the. You've got to be quick. Nearly there. Things we do in it to get it, try and get it bang on. I know it doesn't look much at the minute, but it will be okay. So let me take that away from there. That looks a lot better. So that can go in this bottom corner, so it can be hidden behind the umbrella there, so you won't see it. So I'll have the best bits showing, not the worst. And oh, let's glue our little things on as well. Don't want to miss them out. And like I say, we know this is the same width, and I'm just making sure that it just hides the DSP under there. Love it. And then the stitched bit on this, just put a little dot on each. Not myself. And then the stitch line is going to go along that one. How cute's that? You could just stick the brolly on now, couldn't you? And it would look fabulous. But we're going to finish off with our squares, our postage stamps. So one comes down a little bit over here. This one with the stripes, it's like they go up a bit higher than the other two. You will stick down. And then this one goes up closer to there. And the same with this one, it comes down towards that other one. Making sure I'm just going in those grooves there. Cute. And then we can pop on our beautiful umbrella. I never did it on this one, but I'm going to do it on this one. I'll show you now. I'll do it, rectify both. And then this beautiful little button supposed to be a button anyway. It's going to go there. So I need a bit more glue in a minute. I've got that gorgeous little ribbon. It's 2 lots of very thin baker's twine with silver wrapped through it, and that's what I used for my triple bow. And I'll only ask for a single thread underneath, so bow maker to the ready. Check my battery. So 1, 2, 3, and then pull it a bit more for it to make sure I've got a decent tail. Up and over, round the back and through the hole. Get it in the centre and pull, and I pull it in these legs just so I can have that without it tailing up. I've got to get my big scissors for this because they don't work. See? No waste apart from that little dot there then. Perfect. You can then spread out your bow tails, just so you can see all three of them. And then squidge a good dollop of glue there, and I'm just going to make sure that stays on there just while I try and curl these ends up. It'll take a few seconds to go off. Lid can go back on that. Now I've got some beautiful little crystals here. They're like the mini faceted gems. They're so cute. And I'm just going to take my pen, and there's 3 lone ones here, and I'm just going to colour them in. Look how beautiful they are now. They've changed to a stunning colour. So bright in here. Oh, my wing. Oh, it's right over there in the corner. Oh, I've got it. My wing Castella. I didn't do it on that one. I'm going to do it now on here, and I'm hopefully just going to be able to, because it's dry now, I'm just going to pat under there to make the white bits sparkle a bit. And maybe down the handle. That is well cute. Oh my goodness. Because I don't want to start rubbing, otherwise it'll bleed. So just dab it on just where the white bit is. It's so soaking. And then down. And I'm just going to take off the blue. Takes seconds. So, oh, what's that one? Clear. So what's this one? I've got 2 on the go. Maybe that's my. Is this a proper wing Castella? No, I think that one's the one that ran out, but I said to keep water in them. You can aqua paint with those. So now for my pokey tool, and I'm just going to place one there, one there, and then I'm going to put one right in the center of my beautiful parasol right there. Absolutely gorgeous. So I hope you like it. This is my take on this week's sketch. Absolutely gorgeous. Do you like it? And we've all got our piece of paper in the centre if we want, just to add decoration. So there we go. That's my version of this week's sketch card. I really hope you enjoy. I've had fun talking to you guys. I love doing the videos for you guys, you know that. I do it every night. So yes, if you're new to my channel and you've enjoyed what you just seen, please don't forget to press the subscribe button and the little bell straight away. That way you'll be notified of all videos. And like I say, if you just caught what I just said, I do post every single day. And I like to post in advance, because if I'm ever poorly, you've always got something to watch. But if I'm ever poorly, it's because I'm depressed or in pain. So my therapy for that then is crafting. Come up and craft. Have a good time. Craft your woes away. Oh, and then look, I've just found my little scissors. Yay! That's what you get for being quite organised. So now I'm back to being organised. And look at that, you can't tell I've even used that, can you? I've even lined everything back up perfectly. This is how well I look after my stamp sets. I do use bleach on them if they get stained, because I don't like the staining. I mean, I've got a few that I've stained from about 4 years ago when I first started crafting. Excuse me a second. But 90% of the time you can see that they're like that. But there you go, there's my version of this week's sketch card. Hope you enjoy. Love you all so much. See you soon. Bye.